This week shows exactly how following your plan will save you from losses. Let me show you guys what I mean. So starting off, I'll be starting off with BTC, because those are where I look to trade in the future. BTC and gold, I look in trading those pairs in the future, but right now I don't trade them, so I only analyze it to just know what it's doing, just to be in sync with the structure. Okay, so starting off the monthly time frame, the way I explained on my Sunday market map, that we are at the support and price is likely to reject this resistance zone because we are bearish on the monthly time frame. So, but if you go down to the weekly time frame, we are also bearish on the weekly time frame. You see, this is the lower low and this is the lower high. Okay, so price that we place back to this place, and you see last week candle was bearish engulfing candle, forming a morning star formation here. Sorry, forming an evening star formation here. So this week just kind of have a pullback. So, but I was anticipating just a weak pullback and the push to the downside to continue to create a new lower low. Okay, but if we go down to the daily time frame, so the daily time frame, I was waiting for pullback here. Give me rejection before I sell. So you see what happened here. So no slowdown, no trade. There was no slowdown here. So price just violated the zone and changed to bullish because of this candle that body closed above here. So now we are now bullish on the daily time frame. So that's what happened. So the next pair is gold. So gold on the weekly time frame, we are bearish on the weekly time frame. Okay, this is the lower low. So the lower low and this was the lower high. Okay, so I was anticipating a more self to reject because we have a doji candle last week. So I was expecting this candle should just continue down. But if we go down to the daily time frame is bullish. And just like I explained, the daily time frame is bullish. And the fact that the daily time frame is bullish made me not to be interested in this pair, and that's kind of consolidates. Okay, this was the higher high and this was the higher low. You get, it was consolidating. And before I'll be interested in this trade, I'll make sure that the daily structure and the trend is just as the weekly. Okay, so time frame must be in sync. You get, I needed this to just break like this, more like break retest here before I'll be interested in taking the trade to the downside. But rather, I told you guys on my previous Forex analysis that this, because of the consolidation around here, is actually showing structure, but because of the structure here around here, made me to decide that this daily time frame is not that clear. So I just want to see what the market will do this week, and behold, we broke this high to form a new higher high. Okay, so that's what happened on gold this week. So I don't know if I'll be interested next week or not. So my analysis will answer the question. Okay, so now let's move on to forex pair. The forex pair, we're starting off with euro AUD. Okay, so euro AUD, I actually took this trade, and on the monthly time frame, okay, the monthly time frame, I actually explained this. Okay, on the monthly time frame, we are bearish on the monthly time frame. Okay, so this is the lower low and this is the lower high on the monthly time frame. So and price have replaced back to this strong resistance zone. So that's what I actually explained. Okay, so and this, for me to understand what the monthly time frame is doing, made me not to be greedy when I enter this trade. Okay, because if you check now, the daily time frame is bullish. This is the higher high. Okay, and this is the higher high and this is the higher low. So last week candle was bullish engulfing candle. So I was anticipating a more like this candle should just retest here, create a wick to continue the bullish momentum. Okay, because on the daily time frame also is bullish, higher high, higher low. Okay, and we have this pin bar, and we have this pin bar on Friday last week. Okay, so I was waiting for more like a rejection here to just take the trade to the upside, which I did. I think on the 30-minute time frame. Okay, I took the trade on the 30-minute time frame. Just a quick 1:2. So you see what happened. So lower low shifted structure, but we are under the resistance zone, not advisable. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay, this was when Monday market opened around 1, but during this time I don't take trade this time. Okay, but I take my trade from 2 a.m. to get UTC, 2 a.m. UTC Nigerian time. So once we have this push, and I say, okay, I'm waiting for, if I have any higher low, I'll take the trade. So immediately we have this higher low and this engulfing candle, this blue candle here, engulfing, bullish engulfing candle. So I took the trade there, put my stop loss there, then target 1:2. Okay, so this candle here, target 1:2. So immediately we got to this place, and I noticed that we are at the high, and we already have this pin bar. So I know that we are coming for retracement. I know we are coming for retracement because we already have the push. I know if price should have this kind of push, I know we'll have a retracement. Okay, so I don't want to be part of it, and couple with what the monthly time frame is saying, that we are bearish on that time frame, so made me to just take my profit here. And behold, within the week, price retraced back to this second zone here. So that is what happened on Euro AUD. Okay, so I still don't know if I'll still be interested in the trade. So but I'll let you guys know on my next week Sunday market map. Okay, so the next pair is AUD NZD. So AUD NZD, you see on the daily time frame, I was waiting for more push to the downside, more like a retest here, to have the trades to the down, to push the trade to the downside. So when price retrace here, no retracement, no slowdown, so just push and close here. And this play just only have one structure point. There's possibility that it will continue the sell, but this is not my kind of trade. You get that play just have only one structure point because this is the daily time frame. Okay, and there's possibility you can still continue the sell, but this is not my trade. I have to make sure that we have 3 structure points on my area of interest. You see, this one is valid to me because we have 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here. But if you check here, we only have 1. So, and this one is not a real structure point. Okay, so that's no longer, I don't know if I'll be interested in this or not. Okay, so the weekly time frame is still bearish, so more like retests, pull back to this zone. So I don't know, so I'll let you guys know my next analysis. So the next pair on the list is NZD-JPY. So NZD-JPY, so all the OJPY pair, like exactly what I explained. So I don't expect this week to have the push, to have the retest and the push. Okay, so and if you check on the weekly time frame, we are bearish on the weekly time frame with this evening star formation. So more like this week is kind of pulling back, but on the daily time frame, there are zones here. So the price stopped here, leaving a pin bar. Okay, is a bullish pin bar. So there is still possibility that price can reject from here and continue the bearish momentum, because this is also a very strong zone. Okay, so I'll decide if I'm still interested in this or not. So this is the next pair is GPP JPY. So GPP JPY is also the same thing. Okay, on the weekly time frame, we are bearish on the weekly time frame, so we kind of have a pullback. Okay, so and if you check the daily time frame, have a clean pullback to this zone here, and you see this is a very strong zone. Okay, this zone is a very strong zone. It served as support and resistance multiple times in the past. Okay, so price can still respect it to continue the bearish momentum. Okay, so Euro JPY is still the same thing. Price has pulled back to this zone. Okay, anticipating the more sell to the downside. Okay, but if I want to use this zone, price is not there yet, and that is not the kind of trade I take. Price is not there yet. So AUD JPY is also the same thing. We have the push to the upside. This one price is at the zone. You get, so we have 1 rejection, 2 rejection, 3 rejection. This is the value zone. Okay, the value zone on the weekly time frame. We also have a single candle pullback. Okay, we also have a single candle pullback. So I might be very interested in this pair next week. Okay, because it looks very, very clean with this bullish pin bar. Okay, so anticipating the next week candles, just Monday candle should feel it to continue the bearish momentum. So CAD JPY also, you see, we still have the push to the upside, but CAD JPY on the weekly time frame, price is not yet at the area of interest, which is a very strong area of interest. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so, and because of those minor distance, the price is not yet at the area of interest on some of the pairs, you get, will be a little turn up for me to take it immediately. Okay, this is what I mean. You see, this CAD JPY now, price is not yet at the area of interest. But if you check AUD JPY now, price is already at the area of interest. Okay, and if I want to take the trade here now, if I want to take the trade here now, then I'll be anticipating that, okay, JPY will be stronger. And if JPY becomes to be stronger from this zone now, it's going to affect CAD JPY. So CAD JPY will not get to this zone. It might wick into it, but it will not body close candle inside here. And I need a candle to body close inside here before I take the trade to the downside. Okay. So and also with other of the JPY pair. So this week is an interesting week and a lot of lessons in this week also. So I'm looking forward to what the next week markets will do, and I am sure there will be more interesting opportunity, high probability opportunity that will set up next week for any sweet trade. Okay, so see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.